Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. To Brother Kadash Ayash want to say in that respect, I'm going to start by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Akar Kadash. No honors to apostles, elders, great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to you brothers pushing this truth. Week in, week out in sincerity, charity, and love in the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, you see that you got these guys popping back up. I believe they call them Mississippi Maniacs, but they're not the only ones. You have other various camps that are out here not giving out the 100% doctrine. You know, we have to mark them because they're causing division within the nation of Israel. Okay, so we have to say something. We have to defend the gospel. All right, so I want to bring out a few precepts, and Lord willing, this be edifying unto the body. All right, this is Matthew's 7 and 15. Beware of false prophets, which come in sheep's clothing, which is that comes to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravaging wolves. All right, they looking somewhere to get over. Okay, these men are not worried about giving out the 100% gospel. They worried about how they can get over on Jake, man. All right, because they've taken that bad, so they're not gonna give you the 100% gospel. You know, they're only gonna teach what Esau is allowing them to teach. Okay, like the heathen can be saved. You got Jake preaching that out here right now. But the scriptures clearly say that the Lord is in the midst of Israel. All right. Scriptures also say what? I'll grab it. Bear with me. In the midst of bear with me. In the midst of traveling to the plantation. This is Psalms 47 and 19. He showed his words unto Jacob and his statutes unto Israel. It's like he showed. I was right. He showed his word unto Jacob and his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as far as his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh Shai. All right. So the Lord not dealing with these other nations no matter what. Uh, 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 these guys are out here preaching. You know, the Lord is only dealing with the nation of Israel. He's not dealing with the rest of these other nations, man. All right. You're going to go into um, you're going to go into you're going to be you're going to be under the subjection of the Israelites, man. You know, all you other nations, man. So I don't know what this guy gets is that the other nations can be saved. Okay, what does it say? Obadiah, the day of the Lord is upon all the heathen, as thou hast done. It shall. I'm gonna grab that with a too. You know, it's Obadiah. I believe that's Obadiah 1:17. Bear with me. I'm driving also, so like it. Here it is right here. This is Obadiah 1:15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. All right. So then the Lord is upon all the heathen because all the heathen nations have had a part. Okay, with touching the apple on the Lord's eye, the nation of Israel, man. Okay. Just wanted to bring that point out real quick. All right. This is 2 Peter 2:1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you. Privily shall bring damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring up themselves swift destruction. All right, you got a lot of people that saying, "Oh, that's not the name of the Lord." You know, they call him by a different name. Okay, preaching a total different gospel. That's another way of denying the Lord, because the scripture says these words are faithful and true. Okay, the Lord's not a man that he should lie. You know, these people are doing whatever they want to do for what the riches over here on this side. All right, that's why scripture you have received your consolation. You received your consolation already. You know, roughly paraphrasing. You know, these people are worried about some paper money that's really going to be, you know, non-existent here, aka Babylon, man. You know, we're definitely going to a digital currency. All right, that's another thing that's going to, uh, um, that's another thing that's going to show that you are a false prophet as well. You know, starting from Apostle to heart on down. You know, man of the Lord have been preaching about the sea hip, man, for years. You know, you people have denied it and said that's not what it is. You know, they came up against the apostles about this thing, man. You know, hey, y'all are gonna have to pay for the things that you have said and done. You know, especially you ones that are going totally up against the gospel. You know, the scripture say, "Hey, for every idle word that man speaks, he's to get an account of in the day of judgment." You know, so you got to watch what you're saying, man. You know, y'all out here charges with breakdowns. You know, uh, uh, let uh, uh, let men know that it's okay to be with a woman on the Shabbat, which is totally against the scriptures. All right, all these things you're going to have to pay for. All right, we're in the time of judgment. You know, we're in the time of Jacob's trouble. You know, it calmed down a little bit because I guess they just gave it a little steps back, but it's not over. No, they're putting a band-aid here on this place to make it look good. All right, we go back into the book of Matthew. This is Matthew 24 and 24. For there shall arise false Amashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, and if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Yeah, they show you all these different things, and oh, look how we come together, and the Lord is with us, but you're not going to be able to deceive the Lord's elect with all your gimmicks, you know, uh, uh, your word, I can't think of the name, your swift words that you're using to draw men in, into your congregations. You're not going to be able to do that with the Lord's elect. All right, and man, this thing is trying to pop up out here. And you got Jake still out here saying and doing whatever to come up against the gospel, man. You know, knowing that you have learned, that you have learned the original gospel and know what it is, but because you got Because of pride oozing up of you, you allow yourself you allow yourself to be captivated. You allow for Satan to bug you out. Okay, that's what's going on. You allow Satan to bug you out, do gymnastics with your mind. All right, and now you're going up against the gospel. You know, coming up with your own gospel. All right, we say this all the time because this thing that we're in takes discipline. It is a lot of changing that you have to do within your lifestyle. All right, and a lot of these men don't want to change their lifestyles. They want to continue to live wickedly. Okay, they want to continue to be what? A part of the world. You know, and that's what's going on out here. These people are a part of the world. You know, this is so I get bear with me driving. This is Romans 16, and 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions that are cause division and offenses that are contrary to the doctrine which we have learned, and avoid them. You know, so we have to defend the gospel, man. All right, we got to let you know that you're going off. You know, there's no way around that. You know, but we stay away from y'all too. You know, you don't see us in these great debates out there trying to debate debate different camps. That's not what we out here for. Our job is truly simple. You know, praise you, how about some of y'all shy, do the things that's required of us as the Lord has asked us to do, and go out on the highways and byways and wake up the hopeful elect. That's our job. Okay, and to fear Him. All right, and show reverence that we fear Him. These are the things that we're supposed to be doing. You know, not taking, not adding and taking away from the scriptures. Okay, because that's what y'all do when y'all change the breakdown. Y'all are adding and taking away. You know, but the Lord is going to deal with y'all, man. You know, you thinking because oh, I'm all right. The Lord ain't did nothing to me. I'm okay. You know, because judgment is not executed expediently. You know, men think that they have gotten away with things, man. The Lord might be saving you for ultimate judgment, man. You know, I'm not gonna keep going on and on. You know, I'm gonna pull up to the plantation. So, Lord willing, this was edifying to the body. With that, shalom.